Welcome back to Golf Extra. LIV Golf has been shaking up the traditions of professional golf ever since they broke onto the scene. Their latest changes, though, are something that very few expected to see, and are something more in keeping with traditional European football than anything the PGA Tour has done before. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Now let's get right into LIV's recent introductions for its 2024 season. Trades have never been a big part of golf. After all, it's perhaps the most individual-focused of any of the major sports in the world, aside from martial arts. Can you imagine Phil Mickelson being traded for Tiger Woods? It's mind-boggling to even think of that premise. But LIV Golf has been challenging golf conventions for some time now, so although their proposed introduction of a player trading system for the 2024 is certainly unconventional, it isn't wholly unexpected. In fact, LIV leadership apparently wanted to introduce this concept into their model of golf way back in 2022, but decided not to at that time. Now that they've been around for a couple of years and have even brokered a framework agreement with the PGA Tour, things have certainly changed for LIV, and they're ready to really shake things up. The exact setup of the trade system is still being finalized, but it seemingly helps to further strengthen the commitment of LIV to a team-focused structure, even as their biggest name players like Dustin Johnson and Cam Smith continue to dominate the headlines. One thing that has been decided as far as the future of the trade system is that both the league and its leadership, as well as the player being traded, would have to sign off on all trades. That's basically the same as any player holding a no-trade clause in baseball or any other major sport, which many times makes trades significantly more difficult to execute. So that begs the question, what would the scenario be where a trade would actually take place under the new LIV Golf rules? According to Bubba Watson, who's the captain of the LIV team Range Goats GC, there is one very specific circumstance where a trade might occur. It's going to be a reason of not getting along. This guy can help us, or I'm buddies with this guy, or all the team's friends with this guy. Bubba makes a lot of sense. Camaraderie is a huge part of team success, especially in golf. After all, haven't all of us played in a scramble tournament where there's just one player dragging the vibe down? Imagine being able to trade that player for somebody who better fits the team personalities. It's safe to say that the level of golf would likely improve dramatically. Bryson DeChambeau, the captain of LIV team Crushers GC, had a slightly different response, saying, "I can't speak for everyone, but what I can say is that if it comes time to where someone's not performing well, and it's been enough time to try and get given that opportunity to play well, and it's not been done, I will make a decision based on that. It'd be money and an opportunity to be a part of something new, unique, and special, and another opportunity to impact the game of golf in a unique way that's never been done before." Bryson's a very smart guy, and he's always been analytically minded, so it's not surprising that he takes a somewhat more calculated approach to the matter than Bubba. Like we mentioned before, playing poorly doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad player. You may just be in the wrong situation. While we have heard from several captains of LIV teams thus far, it's also worth hearing from a player who is a little lower on the league totem pole to get their opinion on the trade system. Peter Uihlein, currently a member of the Four Aces GC team, said, "I mean, it's no different than any other sport, right? Baseball, football, basketball, guys get traded, though you obviously build a rapport with your squad. But at the end of the day, if your franchise thinks they can do better, then they have to make hard decisions. And it's just business. It's everything. It could be monetary, it could be travel, it could be anything. There's a lot that one team can give you that another team potentially can't. The Range Goats might have a little bit more to offer than the Cliques right now, just based on the value of the franchise." Uihlein speaks from experience, as while he wasn't traded per se, he did change teams over the offseason, moving from Brooks Koepka's Smash GC to the Dustin Johnson-led Four Aces. Taylor Gooch also switched teams, leaving the Four Aces for the Range Goats. A Sports Illustrated article on the trade subject cast a little bit of doubt on the impact of personality in the future of LIV trades, instead asserting that money would play a main role, reading, "In other sports like basketball and football, trades sometimes happen due to the malcontent of the player with the team or vice versa. But a LIV trade, since there are only 12 teams and 48 players, may take on a different dynamic. Clearly, money will drive many of the decisions, either via an immediate payday for a player or the prospects of a larger pot of gold down the road with success at the team level and potential deals and endorsements due to those successes. It's a point worth considering, especially when you remember that the vast majority of the LIV players currently with the organization were primarily motivated by money in their decision to leave the PGA Tour for the Rebel League. We may just have to wait until a trade actually occurs to figure out exactly why things might have gone wrong, or we can look at a situation that could probably benefit from a trade right now. Matthew Wolff, who replaced Uline on Koepka's Smash GC at the start of the season, has found a considerable amount of conflict with his new captain. The two have traded public remarks, and Wolff even missed a LIV event after a pre-tournament dust-up with Koepka. Brooks said regarding Wolff, "I mean, when you quit on your round, you give up and stuff like that. That's not competing. I'm not a big fan of that. You don't work hard. It's very tough. It's very tough to have even like a team dynamic when you've got one guy that won't work. One guy is not going to give any effort. He's going to quit on the course, break clubs, gets down, bad body language. It's very tough. I've basically given up on him. A lot of talent, but I mean, the talent's wasted." Yikes! Wolff obviously had a response to that, saying, "I'm here, trying to do what I can to play the best round of golf, and that's going to help the team. I'm just here to focus on myself and try to play some good golf, and that's what everyone's really trying to do, because golf is trying to put the best score up, and then if that helps your team, it's great." This is an obvious situation where two personalities don't mesh, and it's also impacting the potential of players to make money and be successful. So it certainly meets both major criteria that we've explored in this video. Maybe LIV will make a trade machine so fans can start exploring moves. Veteran LIV pro Ian Poulter also weighed in on the matter, saying regarding his own team, "I think we are in a very fortunate position to have three very senior players that are co-captains, and we've signed Sam Horsfield, who we know extremely well, who's an incredible talent in the game of golf. So for us, it was about making sure we had stability in there. We didn't want the volatility of having players dropping off and the possible trade aspect." Poulter makes an excellent point. Some teams just won't want to trade any of their players and are happy with how things are. He continued, "Some teams are already in the position where they know they're going to need to either strengthen their team or they may have a couple of members that are playing this year that won't play next year. They'll be looking to work out who's available, who's coming in, who they may be able to trade from another team, so there's quite a lot of excitement coming within the LIV teams between now and the end of the season, and it's different. It gives a really cool vibe that we've never really seen before. Having the trade option, having the ability to try and strengthen your team. I think for the fans, it gives a really great dynamic into a sport that has never seen that before." Poulter is definitely right. Just the option of trades adds a new dynamic to golf that we've never seen before. Comment with your thoughts and make sure to subscribe for more content like this. We'll catch you in the next one.